Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Another week, another race, at a different place with the same league. NARAS Cup Series takes on Hot Atlanta tonight. Georgia Peach 300. It's going to be a tough race. Possibly a good race from what we just saw last night. Looking right now, 30 seconds left in practice. We will start qualifying, and then we will go right on into the race. What can we expect from old Slick Atlanta? The fuel is 100% with 8 extra sets of tires. The pit window is about 54 to 58 laps. Of course, this is going to be a pretty hefty race for a lot of these drivers in the old generation cars. 300 miles will decide the winner here tonight. And hopefully these drivers have had a lot of testing, because it is going to be a crazy one by the time the checkered flag is thrown. Now, of course, qualifying just started. Qualifying will consist of 2 laps for these drivers. And they only get 2 laps to set a really good qualifying time. Go ahead and throw you through some of the people on the track right now. Charlie Bennett in the 08. Lucas Lewis in the 24. Number 9 of Jordan Fisher. Joseph Davis making his qualifying runs. Wyatt Post in the 57. Kevin Vergara in the 29. Josh Ryder on track right now with his qualifying times. Stephen Hayes, as well as Stephen Hollingsworth. Number 50, last week's winner, Tristan Pena. Number 40, Owen Lax. Josh Ryder still on track, getting his qualifying time done, looking to put himself within the top 10 right now. Kyle Sims on track. J.J. Moore. 09 of Isaiah Fox as well. Brandon Burkhart in the 14. John Rowe Truck in the 30. Dylan Barris in the 77. Riley Bennett in the 19 Bass Pro Shop. Love the scheme. Stephen Hollingsworth in the 67 rounding out his time right now. Josh Mason finally touches the track. Mark Randall Jr. in the 00. Aaron Ramon in the 8. Mark Morton in the 99. And of course, your Season 2 champion, Corey Rainey. It's going to be a very, very challenging night. For the first time in 2 years, NARAS returns to the 2008 configuration of Atlanta Motor Speedway. Hot, slick, oily Atlanta. Of course, a bunch of new rules in effect here tonight will be enforced heavily as well. One of our biggest ones is the start and the restarts of the race. Drivers now have to make a minimum of 10 laps for the start of the race. If a caution comes out within 10 laps, they will be forced into a single file restart. From there on, every restart will be single file until they can make a minimum of 25 laps. After 25 laps, each restart can revert back to double file. If there is a restart inside of 15 laps to go, every restart from there on will be double file to ensure the race finishes fairly and equally. This rule was put in place to hopefully fix the amount of wrecks we have moving forward. We saw a lot of it change as well pretty early on in the truck race last night. So, of course, hopefully we'll look to have the same opportunities here today. Warm-ups now started. Drivers getting through the field, work together. You're going to see a lot of teams roll out together, try to get some of that momentum going as a team. Of course, you're also going to see a lot of people just trying to get some pack racing in to try to feel out the rest of the competition. You know, kind of get warmed up yourself, get the tires acclimated, and figure out what's going to work best for you. Of course, a lot of lapped cars last week were found under high scrutiny during the end of the Daytona 500, battling in the mix with lead lap cars. NARAS has officially came out and put a stop to that. We now have a rule that has been updated and clearly defines that in the order of being laps down, all lap cars must return to the rear of the field in the position that they are in prior to coming to the choose rule. Fisher on track right now with the rest of the team. This is a big question we still have yet to find. Can Parker Motorsports find their dominance that they had during the Daytona Speed Weeks? Of course, it was a Chevy dominant manufacturer field, still is to today. But of course, Toyotas were able to extinguish that flame for just a small little bit of it last week at Daytona. Tristan Pena taking away the win as a rookie for a brand new team, putting a powerhouse on the map. Steel City Racing has already been noted as a possible powerhouse from Parker Motorsports himself, along with his team and RVR. So will Steel City still have that momentum? Will Parker Motorsports get that momentum back, or will we see an RVR dominant season? Of course, over the past 2 seasons, we've had 2 different Atlanta winners. Blake Witowski won Season 1, and Corey Rainey pulling his walk-off win in Season 2 that started a 21-week gap until Rainey was able to get that last win that put him into the Final Four championship spot. So this is going to possibly be another race where we have all eyes on Corey Rainey. This season, we come back to the 2008 configuration. Some things these drivers aren't too familiar with very much. So will that be a wrench in the side for most of these drivers, or will we see last season's winner come back and take it all over again? Of course, stage 1 and 2 are going to mirror each other at 60 laps apiece. Stage 3 is going to be a total of 80 laps. Of course, now is your time with 6.5 minutes left. Put your picks into the chat. Who do you think is going to walk away with the win here tonight? While these drivers are still getting ready with warm-ups with roughly about 6 minutes left, we're going to go to a quick break before we go 25 laps ad-free. Get your popcorn, get your drinks, get your snacks, get your family around the TV, and also share that live. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Come on, guys, eat your food. Let's go. I want to taste your banana pudding. You taste my banana pudding. It's on. It's on.
I was going to say, will you marry me?
Is my makeup messy? Yes, it's messy.
To the people who reach into a carton of warm, crispy, golden, perfectly salted McDonald's world-famous fries and return with just one. Who are you, and how do you do that? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Fact. Consumer Cellular can help people save on their cell phone bills. That's why I cut my car in half. This year, let's cut even more things to show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off of our helmets. Let's cut the top off of our steering wheel. Let's even cut our hats.
Isn't that just a visor?
Shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Get your second month free with Consumer Cellular.
We still have 2 minutes left in warm-ups, seeing a little bit of what we're going to see tonight from Soldier Field. A little bit of pack racing going on now. They said, go ahead and get your drinks ready. Get the snacks ready. And let's get ready to rumble. Of course, we would like to thank everybody who makes this race possible. Of course, the race is presented by Asphalt Racing Network in sponsorship with the NARAS Cup Series and the Fisher Studios Truck Series. We would also like to give a shout out to Young Hitter Collectibles, who is an affiliate of the Broadcast Network. Get all of your die-cast needs on Whatnot by searching up Young Hitter Collectibles. And of course, everybody watching, we appreciate all of your views. We appreciate you hanging around here with the guys, watching what they do on a daily basis. And of course, here for seriousness on the weekends, championship, money on the line, points on the line. It is a weekly thing. These drivers love to do it all for you guys every single week. So shout out to the ones watching, because without y'all, it'd be pretty boring out there. Qualifying now over with. Well, warm-ups, excuse me. Qualifying's been over with. Warm-ups now over with. Drivers getting on the grid. Getting ready to go here tonight. Of course, in first place, we have J.J. Moore with a pole. Owen Lack starting in P2. Then we have Stephen Hollingsworth in third. Corey Rainey in fourth. Mark Morton in fifth place with Joseph Davis in sixth. Mason and Bennett seventh and eighth. Tristan Pena and Charlie Bennett, 9th and 10th. Lucas Lewis, Josh Ryder in 11th and 12th. Then, of course, Aaron Ramon, Jared Smith, 13th and 14th. In the 15th spot, we have Jordan Fisher and Kevin Vergara in 16th. Dylan Barris and Wyatt Post in 19th and 20th. Mark Randall Jr. qualified in the 21st spot, and on the outside of him is going to be Isaiah Fox. Then you have Joshua Hahn and John Rotruck in 23rd and 24th. Christopher France in 25th, with Stephen Hayes in 26th. Then 27th is Thomas Adams, 28th, Brandon Carroll. Rounding out your field. A insane night for sure. Of course, that new rule, drivers have to make it a specific amount of laps before we go back single file. This week, EOLs to the 48 and the 00 for penalties last week. Further EOL to the number 7 for missing drivers meeting. This is J.J. Moore's third NARAS career pole. Drivers ready to roll. We hope you guys are ready for this action here tonight. We appreciate everybody watching on the Twitch side. NARAS is new to Twitch here for us on the Asphalt Racing Network, so we appreciate everybody tuning in to watch it there. Make sure to drop us a follow. If you are a Twitch Prime member, you get 1 free sub. No ads will block your way. Here we go. Green flag out. We are here under green. First race back in 2008. Georgia Peach 300 now underway. Already a big mess in the back. Caution out already. We can see that was in the back of the field. Just go ahead and go back and watch it. Started with a 19 in the middle of the field. Riley Bennett. John Road Truck also involved in that mess. First wreck of the night. And caution already out. So now we will be to a single file restart because we did not hit 10 laps. Of course, at the time of the caution, J.J. Moore was your leader. He will remain your leader. We're smalling that in the corner for you guys, so it doesn't take up much of your screen there. We apologize about that. It's pretty big. There we go. Looks a lot better in the corner now. But of course, huge wreck out early on. If you're just tuning in, we'll show it to you one more time. '19 started the wreck, middle of the field. A lot of drivers followed in as well. So now first caution of the night, single file racing. J.J. Moore, Stephen Hollandworth, Owen Lax, Mark Morton, and Josh Mason. Hey, look, Mason changed his scheme. I don't got to tell him he's the tracker who shouldn't be a tracker anymore. Back green flag racing. First caution out. Stage 1, 60 laps. We are seeing Moore pull away in the front of the field. He was pretty dominant last night in the truck race. He won 2 stages, got shunted out on a 3 wide with Corey Rainey and Peter Hoppy for stage 3. Hoppy took the win last night. JJ looks to try to take today, but there is another crash out on the field. Where was it at? Our telemetry is not telling us exactly where it was at, so we're going to have to go find it ourselves. I don't see exactly what happened. I don't really see a wreck anywhere. A little bit of contact in the back, but I don't see a wreck anywhere, so. Second caution of the night out. Jordan is out of the race. Oh, Lord. I'm trying to find his car on replay, but I'm not getting any of a feed from him. It's not letting me view his car. Every season, it gets buggy the first few back. Definitely buggy right now. Of course, an unfortunate situation. But now that that's done, we will be back to green. This time by, we'll be back to green. And you guys are going to get a little treat for the rest of the night. Green flag back in the air. And we now have the privilege of having Jordan Parker here with us.
What's up?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, my race is over.
Network issues?
No, Stephen Hayes lost control of his car because he can't drive it, so he just decides to bent it up right into me going into turn 3. Killed the car, right front was killed.
That's a tough situation.
But, yeah. Yeah, it's a tough situation, but we're going to go on to Vegas and have a better race.
I was trying to see that replay there, but, you know, every time we get a new season update, overlays and between the overlays and iRacing, it's unforgiving. So for some reason wouldn't let me see your car, but I saw that you jumped to pits, so I knew something had to happen with you. I just couldn't see it on my screen.
Yeah, car was killed, engine turned off. Right, I had no steering in the car. It is what it is.
I mean, you got to at least be somewhat happy right now. JJ, we saw him dominate last night. He's still in the, well, he was in the lead. Hollinsworth has the lead now. JJ's sitting in second. You got Lax in third, Mason in fourth, and then Mark Morton in fifth place. I mean, we saw JJ do a dominant stage 1 and 2 sweep. Seems like he might have it in him to do it here tonight.
Yeah, the thing that's going to interest me the most is that JJ's got probably the most practice up front out of all these guys. You know, Corey Rainey was in the truck race last night. He did a phenomenal job until, obviously, you know, that controversial last lap. A little bit longer stage than last night, about 20 laps longer. So it's going to be interesting to see what these drivers can do, because from what I was reading on the fuel line, you only got about 5 laps to save fuel. So it's going to be very, very tight.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. Of course, we saw a little bit of the trucks able to save and kind of maintain that gas last night in the stages, but of course, 20 laps difference. There were 40 laps stage 1 and 2 last night, 70 laps for the stage 3. Now it's 80 laps for stage 3 and 60 for stage 1 and 2. So not much. These cars are really going to be able to save, even on the long lines. And right now it seems like we kind of have a broken up pack, maybe about 10 or so in the top 10, practically all top 10 grouped together. About 2 cars on the high side right now. And then we have a break until 11th place, Dylan Barris. He has at least 5 cars in his pack. And then Charlie Bennett in a 3-car pack, another 3-car pack behind them. So the field is really broken up right now compared to what we saw last night. So the fuel run windows may be shorter.
Well, I'm going to go back to the front here now, because your driver, Mark Morton's battling for the, oh, we got a spin with a 32. Caution's out.
32 just cleared himself into the top side wall. Doesn't seem he has much nose damage on that car, which is kind of crazy to me, because we just saw that on the pass by cam watching Morton take the lead. And he should have been retired. You see the left side of that tire. Left side tire not spinning on that car. Or is it? No, it's rotating. He doesn't look like he has much damage. The rear's got the worst.
It looks like 87 and 32 just zigged and zagged right into each other. It looked like 87 was trying to arc his corner, and the 32 was trying to come up, but heavy hit on the 32 with that right front. It's not looking good.
Well, let's go ahead. If everything wants to cooperate with me and I can find the number. Here he is. Go ahead and watch the replay between the 87 and the 32. '87 took a little bit of a bump, but not as bad as a 32 did. 32 got the worst of it. Ooh, Josh Ryder also collected a car in the process. Think that was the aid of...
That's something I didn't see. Oh, the aid of Ramon.
Yeah, he took him out on the driver door, put Ramon into the wall. Ramon didn't spin on that. But, of course, definitely got damage. Toe link most likely knocked out of that right rear tire. Now, a majority of cars on pit road. Some have pitted at lap 1. Some pitted at lap 6. Burkhart went in there at lap 16. So did Charlie Bennett. Josh Ryder, Aaron Ramon in this time. Wyatt Post in as well.
So what is going to keep interesting me is that until these drivers can reach a 25-lap run, each restart is going to be single file. So it's going to be really interesting to see a lot of these strategies that are going to play out with the single file restarts. Like who is going to stay out, who's going to try and go for a long run. You see Mark Morton and Owen stayed out, and rookie Joseph Davis stayed out. He's running third in his first race. So it's really interesting to me.
Definitely going to be a strategy game we're seeing played out here. Third caution pretty early on, lap 17 so far. About to finish 18 this time back to green. And you've got to wonder, do you think the cautions are going to come out now and kind of solidify themselves? Or do you feel like it's possibly going to get a little bit worse the farther on we go in this race?
See, that's tough to tell because this is our first time running it in 2 years, this configuration of Atlanta. So it's hard to tell. You know, if this was the super speedway, I could say that they're just going to come back to back to back. But this is a track that everyone is not all too familiar with. It's something new to them with these cars. So the car track combo is a bit weird. I'd say we could lose a few here and there, but eventually we will get a pretty good long run and have some pretty good racing.
I know that first caution kind of killed a few of the... first caution kind of... No, you're good. I know you're probably talking over radio. That first caution kind of killed a few. We've got Road Truck still in pits, fixing 18 minutes of damage. As we go back green now, Mark Morton in the lead. A lot of drivers were impacted in that first caution. Not many have been taken out. So it's a crazy thing to see. I feel like, unfortunately, Road Truck probably got the most damage out of all of that. And then, of course, believe we had a meatball flag as well for Aaron. Looks like that might be gone now.
Oh, we got a spin in the back. Don't think the caution's going to come out for this one. Looks like Brandon Burkhart spun in the back off the corner. I'm not sure exactly what was going on back there.
No, it would be fantastic if my overlays told me this. SDK,
like
get it together.
Just got loose off of the corner, and then 08 was just trying to avoid. Oh no, he got clipped by the 48.
It is not even giving me a camera angle for either of those drivers. What is going on? Okay, scrap it. Back to green flag. Mark Morton still in the lead. Lap 21 to 60. Lax now at the Burrow Morton. Morton choosing to use that high side there in a staggered 3 wide line there, just off of each bumper. All choosing different lanes. You're seeing Morton try to break their draft. But now that's going to cause the Lax to catch up pretty close now. Lax using that bottom side. Looks like we're going to have a 2-line in the corners consistently. That's a shocker. Compared to last night, everybody was really trying to stay single file in the corners until they were trying to pass. Now it seems like everybody's filing out to their line. He just gained 3 positions off of that, too, in the process. A little bit of a clip to the wall.
Did not mean to interrupt you. I just thought that was a pretty cool move. He's going to take the lead on the outside exiting turn 2 this time.
And that's kind of something we saw last season with Hollinsworth, too. When he came in, he had a pretty dominant car when he actually started racing with us. Normally, a lot of those races, it was about a second or the third stage where we really saw him prevailed Normally, what I've picked up on him, if he dominates the first 2 stages, kind of falls off a little bit with that long run. He seems to be a little bit more of a short run strategy guy, but we might be seeing a difference in him this season because now he is way in front, almost a quarter of a second in front of Davis in second place. But of course, now that that top pack is all in single file, that draft is going to help them catch that car, and they are slowly but surely right now.
But I tell you what, that's the most beautiful thing about this Atlanta configuration. It is a cheese grater track. They are going to get spread out eventually, and we're going to have some great racing to see who's going to have the best tire saving, who's going to have the best fuel strategy. I think stage 3 is going to be shaping up for a great finish.
It should be a great finish, especially from what we saw last night. That was an insane finish. It was almost a 3-wide photo finish. Unfortunate. A little bit of contact there. And that ended up being J.J. Moore and Corey Rainey's night. JJ still finishing in a good position, not where he wanted to, had the win in the bag up until that situation. We're seeing him sit in P5 right now. Just outside of him is Lax. JJ choosing to use that low line to try to get himself back up into the front. Not much draft help on the tops, on the low side right now. All draft on the high side, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him too much within his corners.
But what I'm looking at as well is the top 5 is Ford, Chevy, Ford. So Fords are starting to prevail. This is where they shine. It's where they show their muscle. Chevrolet as well. Toyota is a bit iffy. You know, you got some heavy hitters like Mark Morton up there inside the top 7 at least. But so far, pretty Ford dominant in the top 5. Corey Rainey right now like 3rd. So he's rebounded pretty nicely from his, I want to say, low qualifying position, looking to rebound after last night.
Rainey now sitting in 4th place. This is one of the 2 wins he had in the regular season last year. Trying to go ahead and do it all over again. He's had a little bit of a dry spell since he's won that championship. Of course, championship was a crazy finish once again. Lucas Lewis and Isaiah Fox both driving a little bit too hard against each other, took themselves out, gave him the way to practically wrap it up with a bow. But now, can he repeat history and do it all over again here tonight is the biggest question.
And now that I'm in the booth, I got to be completely unbiased. I really think that Corey can rebound. I don't think he can win, you know, because like I said, you got Mark Morton and JJ in the field. I do think that it could come down to those 3 if they play their cards right. Definitely root for a Corey win. I think he needs it. He's been a bit on a dry spell with the wins in other leagues, right time, and a couple of others, including the Truck Series. So I know that he's really, really looking forward to getting back to victory lane and to hopefully showcase a 2nd championship run.
And, you know, that's something we are looking to see from him. Season 2 champion. He had a pretty relaxed season last year until the playoffs. Had to fight a little bit up into his position. Was in a must-win situation. Got the win. Put him in a good spot for the Final 4. But once again, I feel like kind of starting his season off like he did last year. Not really in the wins column, but still putting himself in a good position on points to get to the championship run again, possibly. Still a stacked amount of drivers we have in here. Like you said, J.J. Moore, who now has the lead back over Josh Mason. Mason as well put himself in the playoffs last year. Wasn't able to prevail in the long run for the Final 4, but still gave a valiant effort to do so. Owen Lax now back to full-time competition. We didn't see him do much last year, except for notably getting that Watkins Glen win to put him at the all-time wins list record, which is now almost getting close to being broken by you, Jordan Fisher. If you can get your next win before Owen does, then it'll be a crazy 2-way tie for the lead.
Well, y'all have to tune in next Friday because I'll be back in the truck next Friday at Las Vegas. I'm hoping to redeem myself, especially after tonight.
Oh, I don't blame you there.
We have what looks to be a little bit of loud traffic in play. Looks to be the 14 John Road Truck. It shows at the 30 up ahead. So So it's going to be interesting to see these guys work their way around lap traffic.
Now we're looking at the gearbox view from J.J. Moore. Just behind is Josh Mason in the 88 and Hollinsworth on the low side. Not too far away. A good fight between those two just behind. But you've got to wonder how long is this fight going to go on before they just go single file and try to pull away from the pack. They're doing a pretty good job at it so far. They are really ahead of that fourth place hitter, Corey Rainey, almost 3 full seconds back from the fourth place position. Now, not really having to worry about too much for the next 20 laps until those pit cycles do start. But I feel like there will be a little bit of a disadvantage for that secondary pack from fourth and back when they start to catch some of that lap traffic. We might see Rainey slow down a little bit, let Road Truck get in the pack and kind of help him with that push so he doesn't go too much farther of a lap down. But we will have to kind of wait and see what happens now. Road Truck not too far in front of the leaders, just exiting turn 4, coming to the front stretch. J.J. Moore now coming to the front stretch as well, so they're maybe about 6 to 7 seconds behind some lap traffic.
I'm looking at it right now. John Road Truck is 28 laps down, so he was involved in that the first lap crash. So his race does look to be done. I think he's just trying to look to salvage some points here. About to pass me for position for 27th. So his race is ultimately done. He's just trying to gain points here. So I think he might just use Rainey might just use him as a pig to help save a little bit of fuel here and there.
I mean, that could help him too. I mean, all the miles count. Of course, John being done, unfortunately, early on with that first wreck out. You know, we're going to see possibly still a little bit of teamwork from him. Brandon Burkhart still on the field as well. Burke sitting in 15th place right now on lead lap. And then, of course, not too far behind him is, well, in front of him, excuse me, is Mark Randall in 11th place with in a 4-car pack currently right now with Franz, Brendan Carroll, and Jared Smith. So looking to possibly see RVR group up together. Right now, not many other teams really on the track. Seems to be a singular car run for Steel City tonight with just Morton on the field.
And looking now ahead further, we have more lap traffic coming up. So I think this 3-car pack for the lead that you are seeing now is eventually going to get broken up by the lap traffic. We're going to start to see who's got the better tires to get around the lap traffic and who ultimately burned them up a little bit.
That is going to be the biggest question. Who can really prevail at this point in time? Josh Mason's nose cam on screen right now to the inside of J.J. Moore. Not too crazy of a fight from these guys up here so far, but still a fight to be dealt with. Stephen Hollinsworth's nose cam now looking at the two in front of him, Mason and Moore. A little bit spread out between second and third position. Mason really gunning on Moore right now. Of course, still teammates. Don't want to fight if they don't need to. But of course, the stage points and a win is really something you can't just give out to a teammate. So of course, if you have it, you're going to take it. Of course, if you don't have it, you know, you don't have any left in that fight, you're going to let him get it. But I mean, it's still pretty early on in the season. Not like we're going to see teams this early on, you know, let the other one take it without a heavy fight, as it's not to a point where it's like we need that win to get in, which of course we're going to start slowly seeing the closer we get to that 40th race to end our regular season. Teams are going to help each other a little bit more, try to get that other car in if they already aren't in on a win, if they're in that position, or of course try to let them get in front to boost that points. Right now, Mason slowly dialing it in on Moore, running that midline. Moore's running the high side. 32 now going around on the bottom. Stayed clean, not anywhere near them, but that's going to kill Mason's line right there.
Yeah, it's going to kill him just a little bit. That lap car definitely fighting back is going to hurt all of them. You see, JJ kind of tapped the wall a little bit, so it's going to give a little bit of an advantage back to Josh. We have a battle for the lead right now between the two Parker Motorsports cars, my cars. And I am being summoned. Oh, JJ! Nice save to JJ.
Tough situation. Now they are all grouped up. Hollingsworth side by side with Mason. Just has the advantage for the second place. Josh is going to get that low line churn in. Hollingsworth collects the bumper of Moore. Kind of ran out of room. Didn't know if he was clear enough to go down. Unfortunately didn't. He could have possibly had the lead there. Now a little bit of lap traffic in front. I believe that is Wyatt Post just in front of them. JJ in the wall again. Managed to save it. 44 lap old tires. JJ had pitted on lap 1. But I don't think he was in pits for too long. It was about, maybe he took full tank of gas. It was only about a 15.6. So it seems like the tires are already wearing off pretty early here.
That's what you got teammates for, because look at JJ. He's already back up there fighting for second place. But no, back to your point about teammates help. No, this early on in the season, it's going to be fair game. It's going to be anyone, winner take all. But I did note that last season, that's what my team started doing later on is, we were helping each other. And we were just trying to get other cars into the playoffs and advancing into the next round. But I don't think anyone's just going to give it to anyone this early on. Maybe for a couple stage points here and there.
Now Hollingsworth able to make his magic happen. He's got around the top 2. He's in the lead right now. 15 laps to go left. In stage 1, currently lap 46 out of 200 for the entirety of the race. It is going to be a nail-biter here. We know Mason has the speed. We know Moore has the speed as well. A little bit of a struggle the last at least 3 laps for that 5 car, but we hope he's going to be able to dial it in for the rest of the race. Lags in 4th place with a big gap to the leaders right now, about 3 seconds back from JJ himself. So it is going to be a far fight to the lead as he has a whole second in front of the top 2 cars to get to that leader. Now you're seeing the 09 of Isaiah Fox for that 4th place position fight. Not going to be able to get it there. But it seems like the field is really kind of spread out a little bit. Rainey in 6th place right now. Kyle Sims behind. Joseph Davis in 8th. Dylan Barros in 9th. Well, now he's in 10th as Mark Morton has advanced himself into 9th place. They're fighting for the position there on the low side, but these packs have really spread out.
This is exactly what I was expecting. Still a 2-car battle for the lead between the 67 and the 88. JJ's falling off. You got to think that he's got some right front damage up here, hanking the wall a couple times. But this is exactly what I thought was going to happen. We were going to get spread out. We're going to finally see who's better at the mile and a halves. This is the type of track that separates the boys from the men.
Yeah, the track at this difficulty, this is really not something that they see on the officials list much of, especially with the Gen 6 cars. Gen 6 cars really don't have many official sessions at all anymore, if any, to begin with. So the only time you really have the opportunity to run this is in either a hosted session or, a test session. And of course, test sessions don't really apply that much as what the race does. You don't have the same skill set around you. You don't have the same lines that other drivers are running around you. It makes it a little bit more difficult to kind of be able to tell how your race is going to go, even if you get 60 laps on the track. You can kind of understand your tire wear and your fuel management. But when it comes down to performance, it's kind of hard to tell until you're in the situation. Now that we're in the situation, drivers having to make adjustments as much as possible. Of course, setups are locked. Once your car is in the garage and it makes it to the track, you can't touch anything. All manufacturers are given an allotted a setup to begin with, so you really can't touch your cars to make them tighter or looser. So it's going to have to come with that throttle. And that's really all they can play with right now is trail braking or just early entries, throttle at, getting off your throttle a little bit earlier in your entries and getting a little bit on harder in your exits to an extent. But like as what we're looking at right now, there's really not much to play with for all of these drivers.
No, not at all. And looking at it now, 8 laps to go, coming to 6 laps to go in the stage. I think I don't want to call it too soon. I don't want to call it too soon at all, but I think Stephen Hollingsworth might have the stage locked up. As you like to say, tied up, pretty with the bow locked up.
Hollingsworth looking to have it pretty good here for himself right now. 8 more laps to go. Could be a stage 1 win for Hollingsworth, giving him a good momentum boost going forward into stage 2. Only, I believe, 14 people on the lead lap right now. 13 people actively on lead lap. Last person on lead lap is Jared Smith. Tough situation. That first lap wreck kind of killed a lot of the momentum for a few other drivers. Of course, like we said, Road Truck in pits for almost 18 minutes trying to get majority of that damage off. And I feel like that was kind of a downfall for some. Now just trying to look for a good position when it comes to points. Looking for the rest of this race. And now definitely looking forward to next week when we go to Vegas for the Casino Royale race. But still trying, most of these cars trying to still gain some of those points back. Now a lot of drivers as well also have went down. Not because of pits. Actually, let me check. Latest pit lap is looking about 36 for the 82 of Stephen Hayes. Nobody else has really went into pits. 2 people still haven't went into pits at all. That is the 40 of Owen Lax. And then I believe the 99 of Mark Morton. Christopher Franz still has never went down pit road so far. And then, of course, Thomas Adams. Those are like the last 4 cars that have still yet to touch pit road.
Yeah, Owen Lax not pitting yet is an interesting call on his part. He's normally one that likes to play it safe with the fuel. That's not saying that he hasn't done it before. It's just not his driving character. I know that he loves to play strategy, but this could be a part of his strategy, running 4th comfortably inside of the top 5.
Very well could be. I mean, he's got himself in a good position right now. He's sitting in 4th place. About 5 seconds back from the leader, 4 seconds from 2nd place, but only 1 second back from JJ, which could put him in a top 3 finishing position with 3 to go. We've seen JJ have a little bit of struggles here. A little bit of lap traffic around them as well. So if he wants to try to pass JJ, he's going to have to negate some of that lap traffic. 2 cars behind. We're watching Lax possibly pass one of them right now before the corner. Will pass him before he enters the corner. Now JJ in sights, not too far away. JJ losing a lot of time, hit the wall again there. Owen is only 0.8 of a second back now as the 19 is going to go to the inside, not really helping JJ get that draft to keep him in the top 3 spot. 19 are running a low line, so Lax definitely will be able to catch JJ before the first stage is over. Lax got a little bit loose there himself. Coming out of the corner, fishtailed, almost hit the wall with that right rear. 2nd place, really spread out. Josh Mason almost a 1.5 seconds away from Stephen Hollingsworth, who has now 1 to go before he takes the stage win here at the Georgia Peach 300.
Hats off to Stephen for, of this chaotic start of the race. Did play a smart first stage, so he's going to wrap this stage up, pit, get some tires on the car, some fresh tires, and gonna call it good for stage 2.
Yellow flag out. Hollinsworth gets stage 1 win in the bag here. Another 60 laps to go before we claim stage 2 and 80 laps for stage 3. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to hit our first commercial break as we went 60 laps commercial free, and we will be back in just a few minutes.
You know Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams? We got Team 2311, owned by this guy, and 3-time Daytona winner Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Hendrick.
Summer is here and you've got places to go.
She's headed to a golf tournament.
This one's headed to the beach.
And he's headed to a music festival.
And they know every good road trip starts right here.
At Hendrick Automotive Group.
We'll check your battery, tire pressure,
Top off your fluids,
Check your cooling system.
And do a multi-point inspection.
extending the life of your vehicle.
and keeping you safe anywhere you want to go.
For free.
Just make sure you're road ready.
All good road trips start here.
Book your road ready appointment today at hendrickcars.com.
Last year, Ram killed the Hemi V8, and people had opinions. The same people that killed the Hemi sent me out here with these comments. That's not happening. We own it, we got it wrong, and we're fixing it. You hear that? That's our Hemi, and it's saying, I'm back.
Did he say what I think he said? That thing's not a Hemi.
Hell yeah, it does. You want more? Buckle up. Ram's coming back to NASCAR. Let's go. We're back in America's motorsport. The Hemi's back, and we ain't going anywhere.
Back to green flag here for stage 2. Stephen Hollinsworth with the stage 1 win. The Georgia Peach 300 now underway for stage 2, 60 laps once again. Of course, we had Jordan Fisher in here for the entirety of stage 1. We appreciate him joining in, giving us a little bit of insider knowledge from what he sees on the track and what he thinks about the rest of the field here. Stage 1 was pretty chaotic early on. We had a couple of crazy wrecks in the beginning. And of course, it kind of ironed itself out. A lot of cars kind of fell off pace and broke up into their own packs. Now everybody regrouped. Owen Lax, Stephen Hollinsworth, Isaiah Fox, and Joshua Mason, Dylan Barras, all in the top 5 right now. Just behind in 6th place is Corey Rainey. Mark Morton in 7th place. Joseph Davis in 8th. Mark Randall in 9th. Kyle Sims rounding out your top 10. Brandon Carroll on the bottom side fighting right there. Now Isaiah Fox in the lead. Hollinsworth back down to 4th place. Will Mason try to make that advancement to get that 1st place? No, the 67 is going to dive down low there. That is a good move. Fox still holding on to it pretty strong right now. Mason going to the low side, trying to make it happen. Owen Lax in 2nd. 3 wide, just a little bit for 2nd place right now. Mason able to get back in. Hollinsworth going to be left out high and dry. Going to lose a little bit more. A few more positions. Now, of course, Fox still in the lead. Lax looks to be the one to possibly try to take it away now. Single file for a majority of this front pack. Few diving down to the bottom there. Not many cars, though. Isaiah Fox holding on strong to the lead right now. 15 out of 60. Not even close to halfway through right now. Top 5 really hasn't changed much. You're seeing a lot of the lines come out now. They've done enough single file for long. They have to make something shake before it happens. How long will Fox hold this lead is the question. Fox doing a good job right now, trying to keep everybody behind him at bay. But there's only an ample amount of time you could do that before either A, your tires fall off, or there's just a good run. Lax really narrowing it down, using that high side. Fox might lose it here within the next 2 laps. Now Lax got it within those 2 laps, pushing Fox back down to second. Mason still in third, Morton in fourth, Corey Rainey in fifth, looking to make a move on Mark Morton on the low side, and does right now. Everybody holding pretty strong right now. We're already seeing a few come in for pits. Brandon Burkhart into pit that time. Owen Lax holding the fort in the lead right now. Doing a good job at it as well. Mark Morton now up to second place. He's starting to make a run. Steel City's only driver on the track here tonight. Lax and Josh Mason bumper to bumper there. Morton, a veteran driver. He's able to make a run when he needs to. Multi-time winner last season. Got knocked out in the playoffs at a very pivotal point by Mr. Must Win. Your Season 2 champ, Corey Rainey. A little bit of contact there between the 40 and the 99. Morton is going to drop positions now back down to 6th. Corey Rainey, 3-wide move. That's actually a little bit of a 4-wide there for a second. High side really has the momentum. Almost a wreck. Hollingsworth managed to save it. Jesus, that was close. Now Lax going to the bottom side there. It's the first time we've seen him do that. 67 Hollingsworth is going to gain a lot of time on him. He's going to go for the pass on the out and the inside. Gets it done for the lead position back. Now Lax back up in second place, Mason in third, Rainey all the way up to fourth with passes on the low side. Mark Morton still sitting back in seventh place, trying to make the run back up to the lead. Rainey's going to lose a little bit there on the low side. That high side really has the advantage right now. Of course, lap 25 out of 60 for stage 2, 85 out of 200 for stage 3. 85 out of 200 for the entirety of the race. What am I talking about, stage 3? We're not even there yet. And we are getting word now. Brandon Burkhart's pedal has broken. His gas pedal has broken. That is not a good thing. Now RVR down 2 drivers. Road Truck still on the field, but he's about 27 laps down, maybe 28 laps down in total due to the literal first lap wreck that put him multiple laps down. So he's still on the field, just out of contention for anything, but definitely can still help his team in any way possible. But now down to Corey Rainey and Mark Randall, still on the lead lap position. Hollingsworth still in the lead. Owen Lack slowly catching up in second place. Isaiah Fox now in third with Rainey in fourth place. Rainey making moves. Isaiah with a block there. Now the top 5 all in good rhythm now. JJ Moore rounding out your top 5. Almost had stage 1 in the bag. Unfortunately, did not pull it through. Hollingsworth was able to pass and get the win for stage 1. Now, of course, Hollingsworth still in the lead now. Led a good amount of laps so far. 42 laps in the lead. We've had 91. Lax has touched the lead here tonight. He has led 6. Isaiah Fox was also in the lead for 11. Corey Rainey has not yet touched the lead, but he started in 4th place, now up into 3rd. And JJ Moore had led 23 laps of this race for himself. Pretty good numbers so far on the night. Almost all of the top 5 has touched the lead, minus Corey Rainey. Rainey right now trying to get that run to do so. But it's kind of difficult. He has a lot of competition around him. Having to move when they're moving and try to figure out the best way around is the hardest part about it. You see him trying to use that high line on the straights, low line in the corners, but it is not helping advance his position. I would just stay with that high side. You're seeing a lot of cars try to do it. 09 tried to do it there, but just lost the position as well. That draft is really pulling these cars along and is helping the situations and cause. Now the 09 and the 5 going to go low, trying to get the run to get around these two cars. It's just not going to happen. Moore almost lost 2 positions there. He noticed that, jumped back up to the high side. Got back in draft. Now Rainey trying to dive low on Lax, has to get his nose back in there. He's going to lose like 3 positions, if anything. He goes low, gets a good run off some side drafts. You're going to see JJ go down now to get himself a little bit of that momentum. JJ's going to go back up high, though. Rainey's going to get caught up in it. Has the advantage to put himself back in to not lose his position. Hollingsworth just in the front, controlling the pace, controlling the race, not worried about a single thing. Hollingsworth still in it. In the lead right now. Owen and JJ now fighting for second. Or excuse me, Owen and Rainey fighting for second. JJ now in there as well. Rainey now up to third place, making his way around some lap traffic. That being the 57 of wide post. Post didn't hold up many cars. Now it's just crazy to think Hollingsworth at where he's at has the opportunity to go back to back right now. Lax is in a fighting distance, but still not all the way there. Of course, Ford in the lead right now. Chevrolet continues their dominance in trucks, leaving Daytona winning last night in Atlanta in a very controversial finish. Like we said earlier, Rainey and JJ Moore both looking to rebound tonight after the truck race last night. Saw a little bit of an incident with JJ and his car and at the end of stage 1. Still trying to bounce back now. Rainey sitting in third place. Moore sitting in fifth. Lap 42 of 60 this time by. Hollingsworth still has the lead. Lax and Rainey coming up for a fight slowly but surely. Will it happen is the biggest question. We will find out when we come back from this commercial break.
victory lane.
The after jets are low. Don't count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
What a victory this will be. Next flag is going to end. Does he have enough? Let's go! A dominant performance. They're going to say no, baby. Let's go!
You got to earn this thing.
It is all on the table.
We're back now. Hollingsworth still in the lead. Lap 109 of 200 right now. Lack still in second place. Isaiah Fox in third. JJ Moore in fourth. Josh Mason in fifth. And now Rainey in sixth. $11 more laps to go. Right now seems like it's going to be a Hollingsworth stage 1 and 2 victory. Kind of reminiscent of last night's truck win. Stage 1 and 2 winner came out pretty good, being JJ Moore. He did what he needed to do to get those stage 1 and 2 wins. This one is now roughly at a second and a half back from second place. But unfortunately, it kind of ended up a little short for him in stage 3. So will Hollingsworth have that same fate that we saw the truck race have last night? Or does Hollingsworth have it in the bag right now? 80 laps, remember, 80 laps is going to be stage 3. It is going to be a bit longer than stage 1 and 2. Of course, 20 extra laps. It's going to add an entirely different fuel run, tires window, and just strategy overall. So we possibly might see a really big difference in the top 5 to top 10 for this third stage. This time to go is going to be 8 more laps until the stage 2 victor is claimed. Right now looks like it's going to be Hollingsworth. Lack's now back about 1.3 seconds. Can't call it too early as they're still in an eye shot of the leader. Of course, behind him is the 09 of Isaiah Fox. Then a 6-car pack behind them. A little bit of contact back there from Rainey in the wall. No, I believe that was Davis. If I'm not mistaken, excuse me, that was Davis. Now, of course, Hollingsworth doing his best up in front. Lax and Isaiah still there. Not close enough. Right now, 6 more laps to go that time by the line. Isaiah going to go in the inside of Lax, trying to fight. He's doing a good job at it, too. They're side by side for second place right now. Fox just has the edge over Lax to claim that second spot. With the exit there, Lax is going to gain it back. Fox is going to have to go back, dig in deep here, try to hold Lax to the upside of the track. Not going to be able to do that time. He's going to lose a little bit of position. So now Fox having to go back through the motions of getting that position back from Lax. They're side by side again at the quarter panel. Got to be careful here. Get too close. Could be a little bit of a wreck situation with 5 to go. Hollingsworth would not be happy. Fox is going to take the advantage. He now has that second place position. Lax not going to give it up without a battle. He's going to stay to the low side and try to get it back again.
So how do I do that? Take it under out.
Fox and Lax still fighting for second place. 3 more laps to go. Hollinsworth now 3 seconds ahead of third place sitter Lax right now. So it's practically wrapped up with a bow for them. Not much left of a fight. Hollinsworth will definitely take the stage here. But of course, Fox and Lax still have to fight for these positions. One more lap to go. Fox still in front. Hollinsworth, your leader, going to go ahead, go around 3 and 4, and take stage 2 for himself. Now being a possible sweep as we enter stage 3. Hollinsworth gets stage 2 victory. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, stage 3, just a few short minutes away. These drivers are going to go into pits, get fresh tires, fresh gas, and we are going to re-up on our water, so make sure you're hydrating. We'll see you in about 3 minutes.
Guys, eat your food. Let's go. I want to taste your banana pudding. You taste my banana pudding. It's on. It's on.
I was going to say, will you marry me?
Is my makeup messy? Yes, it's messy.
To the people who reach into a carton of warm, crispy, golden, perfectly salted McDonald's world-famous fries and return with just one. Who are you, and how do you do that? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Fact. Consumer Cellular can help people save on their cell phone bills. That's why I cut my car in half. This year, let's cut even more things to show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off of our helmets. Let's cut the top off of our steering wheel. Let's even cut our hats.
Isn't that just a visor?
Shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Get your second month free with Consumer Cellular.
Stage 3 about to be underway. Stephen Hollingsworth, your Stage 1 and 2 winner. Looking to go back-to-back with Stage 3. Stephen Hollingsworth and Isaiah Fox are going to line up in line 1. Owen Lax and Corey Rainey line 2. Josh Mason and Mark Morton 5th and 6th. Green flag back out. Hollingsworth already getting his lead back out in the front of the field. 80 laps to go here. It's going to be a long one. Hollingsworth in first. Lax diving to the inside, trying to get that lead back early. Lax now has the lead. Mason in second. Hollingsworth all the way in third. Isaiah Fox in fourth. Rainey rounding out your top 5 right now. Lax has done a good job holding the front when he can. Hollingsworth with the Fords tonight. Titan Motorsports as well with a full 4-car field attending tonight. Fords are looking a lot stronger with their entries tonight, and have also held a decent amount of laps led for them tonight. Of course, Rainey sitting in top 5 spot right now. We saw him get all the way up to third. He's looking to rebound after last week's Daytona 500. RVR is still trying to find their place early on and get their second win at Atlanta. Of course, Rainey getting last year's win. Unfortunately, Tristan Pena out earlier on in the night. Now it's just Mark Morton left for Steel City Racing. Tristan got the Daytona 500 win. Of course, Dwayne Carroll Racing out there as well for Toyotas. Looking to hopefully have another insanely great weekend. We're trying to go 2 for 2 right now for Steel City. Wreck in the backfield. Caution out. See if we could source the wreck here. Looks like Christopher Franz might have been the one involved in this wreck to start off with. Looks like a bad wall tap there. Tough time for Franz. It's going to cause a lot of damage on that vehicle. having trouble getting back up on the track as well. Now Franz in pits. Right now, Randall out of pits. Davis still in pits. Bennett in pits as well. France in now. Vergara in as well. Riley Bennett in. Joshua Hahn in. Lucas Lewis in. You saw him involved in that wreck after hitting France. After France connected with the wall. 57 a wide post in pits. Everybody else outside right now, regaining with the field. Dylan Barris, your leader at that time of the caution. Or will he be getting laps back? Now, of course, going to a choose. Everybody seems to want that high side. Not many cars are wanting that low side, and that's a new one. Rainey going to take advantage of it, and I don't blame him on that. Rainey 1,000% going to take advantage of it. Green flag back out. I think I just heard a blown engine in the back of the field. Could be wrong. Lax in first. Barris in second. Barris in third, excuse me. Now Rainey up in second on the low side run. Rainey currently in the lead. First time he's touched the lead here tonight. Rainey trying to maneuver the front of the field by himself. Mark Randall, his other teammate, sitting back in about 10th spot right now. Road Truck still on the field, I do believe. I think Road Truck might have actually parked it and is out now, which means the only other person he has is Brandon Burkhardt on the field. Laps down, had a pedal situation earlier, sitting currently in 24th. No, there's Johnny. John Road Truck still in 22nd on the field, not too far behind Brandon. So he still has three teammates on the track as he navigates the front of the pack by himself. No one going to that low line there. It's going to cost him 1, 2, and possibly 3 positions as the 50 of Tristan Pena, who is laps down, finds himself in the front of the pack, who is currently in 19th position right now. He's trying to make moves through that pack, getting laps back. See him pass Mason. Now he's trying to go for Hollingsworth, who has got the lead back. Pena is about 8 laps down right now. Still trying to make it work. Rainey in third place. Just in front is Josh Mason. They are pulling away from the field here. Still pretty early on in stage 3, though. A lot more racing left to go. Gotta wonder how strategies are going to play out for some of these drivers now that we are well into the race. Lap 1 and 2 was 60 apiece. Stage 1 and 2 were 60 apiece. Now stage 3 being 20 more laps. Could either make or break, very much add a damper onto everything, onto early on strategies that most of these drivers have had. So it's going to be wondering how it's going to work out in their favor for a majority of the race here. Of course, we're going to find out the longer this race goes on, the more we find out how everything's going to work out for these guys. Hollingsworth still in the lead. Tristan Pena just around in front. Unfortunately, that is not for position. It is for a lap back. He's got it the hard way. So we haven't had many cautions here. We've had only 4 cautions on the night. So not enough opportunity for Pena to really get his laps back the hard way. He's still able to get some off there, though. As he now is in front, fighting for that position. Hollingsworth going low, trying to get that lead away from the 88 of Mason. Pena now 7 laps down as he's past the leader, but it's still going to have to, he's going to have to pull away, or he needs another caution to come out so he can keep driving. Now that he's got that lap back, if he's the lucky dog position, he'll get another one. But it's still a difficult situation for him right now. Vergara in the 29 in 13th place. He is also a lap down. So I take that back. Vergara would get the first lap back. Then it would go. Hollingsworth in the lead with Mason not too far behind. Lap 24 out of 80. 144 already done and in the books here for stage 3 so far. This race hasn't been the worst race. Of course, drivers probably expected a few more cautions than what they have had. But I mean, overall, not too bad for a 2008 old track that these guys normally don't go to that much. Now Mason trying to do what he needs to catch back up. Not really able to make much ground right now. Still has a lot left to go in stage 3. Of course, pits are about 54 to 58 laps. Of course, these cars are set with 100% fuel in their tanks tonight. 8 sets of tires to start off the race. Can't tell you how many of these drivers have left. But it is definitely going to be a big, big fight. Something we didn't notice earlier, the 5 of J.J. Moore has been officially retired due to too much damage. JJ not having two good nights back-to-back there, and that's a little unfortunate for him. '88 and Mason in the wall just a little bit there. It's going to kill his time to Hollingsworth. Mark Morton in third place right now. About only a second and a half or second and three quarters back from your leader right now. Behind him is Isaiah Fox, Dylan Bars, Owen Lax, Joseph Davis, and Corey Rainey. Charlie Bennett ways away behind them in ninth place, 8.5 seconds back from your leader. Brendan Carroll, Thomas Adams as well in 11th. He's about 10, almost 11 seconds away from the leader. 12th place right now, you have Mark Randall by himself on the track, just looking for points. Jared Smith in 14th. Vergara, like we said earlier, in 13th place. Riley Bennett, the 19 car, sitting in 15th currently. And of course, Kyle Sims, 28 car, he's sitting in 16th. Joshua Hahn in 17th right now. And Tristan Pena, not too far behind the leaders, trying to get his lap back the hard way. Driver's doing a really good job up until this point in time. Sooner or later, these pit cycles will open. About 20 laps away from that. Good race so far. Just go ahead and show a little bit of a race recap up until this point in time. Obviously, right now, Stephen Hollingsworth is your leader. We've had 6 cautions for 16 laps. That's also including our 2-stage breaks. So only 4 accident cautions have came out, with 7 lead changes overall for the night. Of course, the weather here is 73 degrees, 28% humidity. 9-mile-per-hour winds. You see a little bit of cloud coverage in the sky. Of course, that really not making a difference on the driving racing surface here. So the drivers are doing pretty good with a old, hot, oil slick track. Hollinsworth still in the lead. Mason in second. Isaiah Fox in third. Morton has now caught that front pack in fourth place. Lax has fallen off a little bit in fifth. Corey Rainey not too far behind in seventh. Hollinsworth still holding strong, about halfway through the stage now. Actually, halfway through the stage we are. The driver's still got a lot of time left to go. While these drivers figure out who's going to take the lead away, looks like Mason now slowly but surely getting close to the 67's bumper. It's going to be a difficult maneuver here for Mason. Hollinsworth not staying to the high side, but he's also not going low. He's kind of killing Mason's line into that corner there. Doing a good job at doing it, though. .88 of Mason in the wall a little bit there. He got that position through, though. Drivers already starting pit cycles. Hollinsworth and Fox go in this time. Now Mason going to be in. Davis goes to your lead. Rainey and Lax still out on the track. Now Davis still holds the lead as pit cycles are started. Oh, a little bit of momentum going on here. Hollingsworth going down. Isaiah on the apron. Almost lost it, maintained it, came back up just a little bit too much. Contact going on. Tristan Pena all up in the mix. Getting a little difficult there. Davis still in the lead right now. Hollingsworth back up in front. Rest of the pack still has to pit at some point in time here. Davis now comes in. Lax and Rainey stay out for another lap. Rainey has Mark Randall in front of him. Rainey passing his teammate Randall. Lax now in the lead. Corey Rainey in second. Charlie Bennett in third. Stephen Hollingsworth. Mark Morton in fourth and fifth. Well, excuse me, Mark's in seventh. Towers trying to catch up with all the movements here. About 30 more laps left to go here in stage 3. Drivers having to figure it out for themselves now, as there is and has been heavy shakeups. Of course, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more live coverage of the Georgia Peach 300 for the NARAS Cup Series.
Mason must get caught defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
You have a great car, great team. Let's go execute. Our time. We know what we got to do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air. Driving with conviction. Side by side, hammer down.
The after-Jensen will count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out. Wheel to wheels, they come to the line. Victory this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next flag is going to end it.
Does he have enough?
Get me. This belongs.
Dominant performance. You gotta say no, baby. Let's go. Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody pushing as hard as they can. It one final shot.
Gotta earn this thing. Run here to the end.
It is all on the table. A total 500.
And we are back. 21 more laps to go. On Lax currently in the lead here. Corey Rainey in second place, about 3 seconds back from Lax. Mark Morton in third. Oh, nope, everything went to update. Stephen Hollinsworth in third. Isaiah Fox sitting in fourth, and Josh Mason rounding out your top 5 right now. Mark Morton sitting in sixth place. Charlie Bennett in seventh. Davis in eighth. Arson ninth, just behind, and in top 10 is Mark Randall, currently sitting behind his teammate of Corey Rainey, trying to push him to the lead as Mark is a lap down. Rainey about 2.8 off of the leader's coattails right now. That being Owen Lax. You can kind of see that pack that Owen's in. Just in front. I don't even think Owen might be in that pack. He might be far ahead of that pack. Not too far off. There's Corey Rainey. So they are in eye shot of each other. Uh-oh. Looks like trouble for the 19. Never mind. 19 just went up. Dove down low and got out of the way. For Owen. Lax doing a really good job now to hold the lead position. 27 laps he has had within the lead. Corey Rainey sitting in second has only led 2. Hollinsworth in third has led 101 laps here tonight. Fox just behind him in fourth has led 11. And Mason in the top 5 has led 3. So out of the top 5, Hollinsworth has the most laps in the lead, but currently isn't our leader. Lap 65 out of 80 for the stage, 185 out of 200. Race nearing the end stages. The closing remarks almost near. But of course, remember everybody, we do have post-race interviews, and as much as these drivers put in the effort to let y'all enjoy a show, we would appreciate it if you guys did stick around to listen to their closing remarks and their post-race interviews. Now 14 laps to go. Lax has it in the bag as Rainey is now 4 seconds back. Slowly adding time to the 4 cars position and just caused a wreck in the front of the field. Everybody was able to save that. That was a very close one. 14 of Road Truck now in front of Rainey. 00 behind. 19 almost just caused a big problem there. Rainey trying to catch up to Lax. He's now 6 seconds back. $12 more laps to go. Anything is still possible. Caution can still come out. As long as that white flag is not in the air, it is anybody's game. Owen Lax in the front of the field by himself. 10 more laps to go. Randy trying to navigate around lap cars with 9 left to go. It's possibly a fleeting point for him, as he is now 7 seconds back from the leader of Lax. He's trying everything he can, but just doesn't have the means to do so right now. Now 8 laps back from the leader. A lot of lap traffic in front and behind, as this is not going to help his situation. Lax pitted at lap 132. Brady pitted a lap earlier at 131, so they're about at the same tires. Same gas run. Now Fox gets the position over Rainey in second there with a lot of that traffic around him. Mason, Hollinsworth, and there's a caution out now. Corey did get around it. Isaiah Fox, Brandon Carroll, and Mark Randall all involved in that accident. That was a tough situation. Randall got too close to the wall. Tried to come back down. Just didn't realize how far he came back down from that wall. Caught the 09 in that situation. And now we are under caution. Lack's going to go in this time. Mason, Hollinsworth, Rainey, Morton, Boris, all in. Currently almost the entire field in this time. Lack's going to be the first one back out. Mason going to be second. Morton a close third. Davis out. Hollinsworth in repairing damage. Rainey still in pitch right now as well. Going to be a close, tough finish here. Morton now in second, starting on the low side. Lax in his preferred line. He's been making that top side work all night. Mason going to be in third on the bottom. Or excuse me, on the top side. Boris is going to be high. Or Boris going to be low. Davis high. Driver's trying to warm up those cold tires. Green flag back out. 3 laps to go. Owen currently in the lead. Goes low to block the run from Mark Morton. Mark still looking for his first victory here. Could it be a back-to-back week for Steel City? Owen trying to pull away from the top of the field right now. Mason able to get the advantage on the high side. Morton falling back into fourth place. Lot of maneuvering going on. 3 wide in the back. 77 pulled out of it. Starting to get a little sketchy back there. Mark Randall around in the backfield. Caution going to be out again. Ooh, Mark actually had contact made with that left rear, which sent him into that wall. That was from the 08 of Charlie Bennett. Came up too much. Sent Randall up into the wall there. Now caution's out. This could very well be the last restart of the night. Lax to the high side, Mason to the high side, Davis going to take the low side. Mark Morton also went up to the high side. Hollinsworth down low. Bars high. Isaiah Fox needs to be in front of all these lap cars with the new rule. Lap cars have to be in their correct positions. Fox in 7th place. Rainey regaining the field, regaining with the field. He will be in 8th. I don't think he'll be able to get back to his correct position. Won't be able to get back to his correct position before this restart. Green flag back out. Another green and white checkered here. Owen Lax currently in the lead. Davis now gets the lead on the bottom side. Hollinsworth with a good push there to Davis. A little bit loose he got. Lax going to go low, get the block. Mason's going to advance. 2 more to go. As long as a caution does not come out, it's white flag. Anything could happen now. No more cautions. You're seeing a side-by-side fight for the lead. 88 of Mason. The 40 Owen Lax. Wreck out. Mason and Lax turned. Mark Morton in the lead, coming around 3 and 4. There is no way this has just happened. Morton crosses the line as the winner, and Steel City goes back-to-back weeks. Insane. Whoa. Someone. Mark Morton just got spun around. Morton burning it down on the front stretch. And a blown car to finish the night. Mark Morton for Steel City Racing takes the win here. Hollingsworth finishing in second. Davis in third. Before we start our post-race interviews, let's go back and see exactly what happened with that last few laps. Let's go back to white flag. So see here, Owen Lax giving a lot of pressure to Mason. The wreck started behind them as well. Lax kind of broke himself loose with some of that pressure there. Mason hit the wall, came back down. And that's exactly what happened, that wreck on the front side. Mason ran out of room there by the 40 car. And that's what caused that wreck to happen between the two fighting for the lead. Of course, looking at Morton's view of that situation he found himself in. You could tell he knew it was coming. He went down low. Goes down low, and Mark Morton returns to victory lane with a different team, but now going back-to-back weeks for that team. See the 4 car congratulating him there. Double zero did not mean to spin him. I'm going to give him a little tap. New rules though. Cool down lap. You can celebrate. Show the leader some respect. A lot of people trying to get comfortable with it, so first week of it, we didn't expect it to go perfect. I feel like drivers should be out of their cars now, ready for the post-race interview. I do not see Hollinsworth. So we're only going to have 2 interviews. That is going to be from Joseph Davis, our 3rd place finisher, and Mark Morton, our race winner. Let's go ahead and bring Mr. Davis in here. We'll start off with him. Joseph. Sorry to cut you off there, buddy. So you started in 6th place tonight. Your debut here in the Cup Series. You were able to finish in 3rd after a little bit of a mishap from the leaders fighting pretty damn hard in the front there. How are you feeling about the top 3 takeaway? Now, of course, it was a pretty tough battle. Not many cautions as most drivers probably expected. Looking, at the last few there, it was kind of expected things were going to happen. People were going to start driving a little bit more aggressive. I would really say that cautions really didn't play with the outcome of this race. Some would be like, well, if they, that last few cautions didn't come out, they wouldn't be re-racked. So the 88 and the 40 wouldn't have been in that situation, and it would have been Owens. But, other than that, how did you feel like the racing was here, especially at the 2008 version of Atlanta?
Oh, the racing's great. I've done a ton of racing here in the Gen 4 cars that iRacing added, so this is the longest race I've done in the Gen 6 car ever. But as far as how they run around here, old Atlanta was iconic for this kind of racing, and I'm glad that it's the same here as it was back in 2020, 2021.
Now, of course, week 2 over with. We still have a long calendar season to go here. Next week should be fun as we go to Vegas. How are you feeling not only about next week, but kind of the rest of the season? We still have some crazy races to get through. Some, I would say, challenging races. Of course, Watkins Glen. We have Bristol, week 5. Then, the 2.5 mile Dover, Martinsville, Kentucky, just to name a few. Finishing off on Nashville. How are you feeling about your chances to put yourself in the winner circle before the end of the season?
I feel pretty good. There's a lot of tracks that definitely suit me very well, as a few of the drivers in this race today would tell you. But, Bristol especially is going to be one of those on my radar. And some of the mile and a halves, they become pack racing, which with all the IndyCar stuff that I've done, pack racing on the mile and a half kind of comes natural. So it's going to be fun to see, but I'm pretty confident we'll end up in victory lane before the end of the season.
Now, of course, first race here, really had to get acclimated with not only the track, but of course the competition around you. How fast do you feel like it kind of took you to get your feet dipped in the water and then get up to that temperature?
Yeah, it took probably about 20 laps or so after we actually started going green after the first bit of cautions. But yeah, that was the biggest thing that I was kind of concerned about. Watching some of the leaders up above or in front of me were really racing hard with each other, and I really wanted to stay out of it. I didn't know how they were going to race me, being new here, and I really didn't want to make anybody irritated tonight, which I don't think I did, so I'll take that and put that on a checklist. But I think after seeing that, I'm not going to race anybody dirty, hopefully I get the same kind of treatment back as the season goes along.
Of course, The last question, second to last question we ask you for the night. Let's change for the rest of your Saturday. How did the cars feel here? Of course, track's a little slick. Did you feel like you had to dial it back a little bit on your throttle on entries, or just kind of change the way you race a little bit, or how did the car feel for you here tonight?
Compared to what I have driven here with the Gen 4 car, yeah, this thing is on rails completely, and it's very different because you don't ever really have to worry about the looseness on entry or exit in comparison to that. But there are moments where, especially when you go onto fresh tires from just having 60 lap old tires, that you really kind of gotta pay attention to what you're doing in order to not wreck somebody or yourself, but keep the speed up to where you can keep competitive.
And of course, before we let you go, enjoy the rest of your night. Last question we're going to ask you here. Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give to anybody?
I would mainly appreciate, like to shout out Lucas Lewis, Owen Lax, mainly. They're the ones that got me into here. I've done a lot of endurance stuff with them, and having them as pretty close friends has been a treat. And I decided to finally bite the bullet and join this and see what we can come up with.
Well, of course, we appreciate you joining us here for the NARAS Cup Series. We look forward to seeing what the rest of the season is going to hold in store for you. And of course, we definitely look forward to hopefully talking to you more up here in the booth.
Yeah, for sure. I look forward to being up here.
Thank you, man. You have a good night.
All right. Thank you.
That was your third place finisher, brand new to the Cup Series, Joseph Davis in the 22 for Ford. Ford being dominant for a big majority of the race. Oh, look at that. Mr. Hollinsworth has joined us just outside in the waiting room. So we're going to go ahead and pull Hollinsworth in here now. This was your second place finisher of the night. The man that has, practically led the most amount of laps here. How are you feeling after that outcome?
Pretty good. It was pretty quick tonight.
Now, this is something we've really seen from you, especially when you came into the NARAS Cup Series last year. You were pretty dominant on. Once you finally found that groove, you found your rhythm, and you got yourself up into a good position. You kind of held that position for a very long time. Unfortunately, couldn't get the win here tonight due to that little bit of a last lap. I don't even know how to say it, PG-13. Last lap mess arounds with some of the other people. Do you feel like if that wreck didn't happen, you possibly would have had the opportunity to take that win?
Oh, no, I wouldn't be P2 right now if that wreck didn't happen on the back there. I'm not sure what happened. It looked like just two sets of cars come together there off of two, and luckily I was clear to the bottom, and I just usually when you get hooked in the wall at this old Atlanta track, you stay there, and just having that knowledge, I just hooked it left to go around them. And luckily I didn't loop it trying to turn right to get back on the track there because it's stupid loose. It's got a lot of wedge in it. But yeah, I'm glad to come home second. Apologize to the 22 for destroying his car there. But I wanted P2 if I wasn't going to get the win.
So, of course, you had a pretty dominant car in the stage 1 and 2 cycles. Of course, the 80 laps with a different pit cycle probably kind of took you off strategy. Kind of take us through where you feel like you kind of fell short in stage 3 to hold that lead to possibly get that win.
I'm not sure a track changed or everybody else just got more familiar as they ran laps. I felt like stage. Yeah, did I win both stages? I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So yeah, that third stage, and the competition just got more equal. And I don't know if I burned my tires up early, racing those guys to get the lead back, but uh, the 09 and the 88 were definitely faster than me on that 80 lap run there. We pitted, and I come out of the lead on pick cycles, but got tight lapping a car and got in the wall for two, and the 09 got them outside. And both of those guys went by me, and I was pretty much dead set on finishing third at that point until that late caution come out. So, yeah, P2 net gain for me. I was happy with third there. So on to Vegas and do some more massive runs and drafting, and yeah, hopefully we get to some short tracks here soon, man.
Now, of course, going, like you said, going to Vegas next week. Still a pretty tough and challenging schedule ahead of us. How do you feel about your opportunities to put yourself in victory lane here?
Gonna be tough. Gonna be tough. These guys keep showing up. It's gonna be a lot of fun this year, and hopefully they do. Hopefully we can stay committed. And for the foreseeable future, I'll be showing up at every one of these races. So hopefully the competition will show up and we'll have fun. Vegas is gonna be awesome. We're gonna be drafting like crazy. High line in 3 and 4, and 1 and 2. Low line as well. Gonna miss the bumps and 1 and 2 on the low line though. So it's gonna be interesting. You got the apron to cut. Oh my gosh, man, it's gonna be crazy.
Now, of course, you said you feel like the car kind of changed in stage 3. How did the car feel as soon as green flag dropped? Did you really feel that fall off of the car throughout the entirety of the race, or was it something that was kind of controllable with your inputs in that driver's seat to really navigate the fall off that the track was going to give you on those tires?
I think it was just all in my head. I don't know if the car, the track change. I mean, yeah, but I think the competition just got a little more racy, and I raced my car faster than I wanted to in that last stage. And also I thought, I was like, all right, 80 laps, we're gonna go 40 pit and then do 40, and we just did 60 lap run and was yarding these guys. It was a couple seconds ahead, and I was like, all right, well this will be cake. So I raced my car a little faster than I should have and got in my head, and yeah, I punished myself, and hopefully we can learn from that.
Of course, before we let you go, enjoy the rest of your night. Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give to anybody?
And just everyone that's welcoming us into this league. It's pretty fun, and these Gen 6 cars, and I grew up racing these cars on our racing, been running ice for a long time, so I miss these cars, and running that 08 track, man, I probably ain't running that track since like 2017 or something. That was super fun. So appreciate Jordan for hosting the league and doing what he does with the spreadsheets and all the polls and whatever. And Tyler, you for broadcasting, and my buddy Kyle that invited me to the league. Appreciate that. And his brother Matt for spotting. Appreciate that. It's pretty fun to have somebody spotting, and I hadn't had that in a long time either. So yeah, just having a lot of fun with it, man. And yeah, let's keep it going.
Well, of course, congratulations on your second place finish and your dominant stage 1 and 2 wins. We look forward to talking to you, hopefully a little bit more in the booth, maybe as a winner yourself.
Yeah, it'd be cool, man. We'll see.
You have a good one.
See.
That was your stage 1 and 2 winner, second place finisher in stage 3, 67 of Stephen Hollinsworth, which means we have one more person to interview. Unfortunately, I couldn't play the song. Surprise. Unfortunately, I couldn't play her song because we're dual streaming, and I did not feel like hearing Jordan. Mark can't hear me. We'll give him a second to do his clicky clacks.
There we go. I got you.
Like I was saying, unfortunately, I couldn't play your song because the dual stream. I didn't want Jordan yelling at me on the video getting taken down. So, Crazy Train couldn't be played, but we all were running it in our heads. Mr. Morton. An insane race.
It's fine. I won't hold it against you. Just don't let it happen again there, okay, bud?
Talk to YouTube on that one, man. So, You started out in sixth place, excuse me. We're really having to fight to get comfortable in that front pack there. Of course, early on, Pena, last week's winner, involved in that wreck. That kind of took him out early. Jeffrey and Aaron not showing up this week, so there was a heavy disadvantage on working with the team. I feel like you were kind of on your own pretty early on to this race for the entirety of the race. We watched you fight tooth and nail on that high side, trying to get positions through the entirety of the race. And, was just in the right place at the right time when Lax and Mason both wrecked. How are you feeling, not only about the finish, but about that entire stage 3 itself?
The stage 3, I kind of I was gonna do the same thing that Owen did, but every time I do a strategy that I know would work, a caution would come out. And I mean, Owen had the fuel. He's had the tires. We were Steven, Isaiah, and Joshua. They were catching them about 4/10 a lap. I was catching them about 4/10 a lap, but I wasn't going to catch them because I waited too long to run. I thought pitting halfway through the stage would have been the play, and I knew that they were going to follow me. I just didn't think that 2 lap fresher tires would make that big of a difference for when they get that big of a gap on me. And I was praying for a caution, got the caution. The first caution after the first restart, I chose the inside. I was like, "Woo! I'll take the front." But inside, it was with Owen, kind of pinching down. You didn't want to wreck it, so you just you know file where you file in. And then the second one, I was like, not going to happen again. I was hoping the 22 went to the inside. He did. And I was going to follow Josh. I was going to get around the 22, and then I knew Josh and Owen were going to wreck. I just felt it in my stomach that they were going to get it. I went way low, expecting to be hooked. Did not get hooked, and just drove her to the finish line because I mean, I didn't deserve it. I thought I was going to be quick, but Steven was a class of the field. Really, Owen, Josh, Isaiah, they were all ones that should have had better odds to win the race before me. I was just happened to be in the right place at the right time. This was kind of like a here you go, here's a free one because you win at the tracks you don't think you'll win, and then you lose at the tracks you know you'll win. So I'll take it.
Now, this win is hopefully a pivotal point for you, starting off pretty early with a win. Of course, the team going back to back 2 weeks in a row with wins. This win now puts you tied on the all-time series stats with Jordan Parker practically tied for second. Owen Lax with 6, and now you are officially in second place for the Cup Series stats for all-time wins. Lax, of course, taking that win last season at Watkins Glen. Now you taking a little bit of the reins back. How are you feeling about your opportunity to break that record before we even hit halfway of the season this year?
Well, I don't want to get big-headed. Owen is a hell of a racer. I'm glad he's racing full-time because he is, like I said, a hell of a racer, and I enjoy racing with him because I compete against him. He compete against me. There's a lot of good racer respect between both Owen and I. It's too early to tell. I mean, it's like a 100 race season. It feels like. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I just have to make sure that I keep this 99 Toyota Camry in the right place at the right time and avoid anything that happens, and my computer doesn't freeze, and my team owner puts a good engine in there. You better pop some champagne, by the way, because that's back to back. So I'll make sure I get on to him about popping some champagne or sending a diecast or something.
Oh Lord, not the diecast. Now with this kind of solidified. I would say it was a pretty unforgiving race for some. Of course, that first stage one wreck kind of took a lot of people out, put a lot of people a lap down. Teammate of Tristan included in that wreck. John Road Truck for RVR, 18 minutes of damage, multiple laps down. I believe like 28 at one point in time.
Cool.
Do you feel like that first lap wreck kind of changed the tides for the entirety of the field, going from stage one all the way to 3?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. I personally don't know what update iRacing decided to do, but they made these cars really fragile, even in the trucks. When on Thursday when I was racing, and my computer froze for like 10 seconds, I barely kissed the wall, and I got 7 minutes worth of damage at the wrong with like 40 laps to go. It's going to be. I lost my train of thought, and I'm so sorry.
All good. That's what happens when you get a win.
Yeah, right. I'm just pacing around because I got to get back to work. I'm on staff duty tonight. I got to work 24 hours straight. Luckily, my NCO was nice enough to let me step away for a couple hours.
Well, I'm not going to hold you long. I'm going to ask you 2 more questions. One about the race, and of course, your shout outs. Before we let you go here, I kind of want to feel, get a little bit insider knowledge on how you felt that car felt, how the car was driving for you from, the entirety of the race. Of course, first 2 stages were mirror laps at 60, but you add that extra 20 on stage 3. So how did the car feel from that 20 extra laps from stage 2 to 3?
She felt fine. It's just, like I wanted to do the right strategy. And when I pitted, I split the third stage, and when I pitted, my right front was like 85 because I was saving, but I didn't want to let Steven and Joshua to pull away in case, it stayed greened. And if it wasn't for that caution with 10 to go, it would have been a very interesting finish between the top 4. But I definitely had like a super long car. I was getting a little frustrated with everybody because I let everybody go so I could save some tire, and then when I catch up to them, I didn't want to run down low and wash up into them. So I was burning up more tire just trying to get around car by car. And but the car felt good. It just wasn't a winning car, but we'll take it when we can.
Now, of course, before we let you go, before you get yelled at and put on damn latrine duty, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give before you go enjoy the rest of your Saturday night at work?
As always, first and foremost, you for taking time out of your evening to broadcast the league. I don't know if anybody else ever does that or says thank you for you to the first one, but I'm glad I do it because you're a hell of a guy. But yeah, first and foremost, you take time out of your evening. Jordan for putting the lead together. Everybody in NARAS. It's definitely a step up in competition than last season. I love it, but I hate it at the same time. I'm glad Jordan took time out of his life to recruit and bring more talent in. The team owner for Steel City Racing, Joshua, Aaron, and Tristan, especially Tristan for sticking it out for the whole race after that lap 1 caution. It was unfortunate for him, but he definitely, I think he had a good car to beat as well. Well, that is it.
Well, appreciate you coming back around for season 3. Hopefully season 3 works out a little bit better than getting knocked out by Corey Rainey at the last race in Martinsville. We're already on point for you to possibly be a multi-time winner again this season, even with the field we have. So, of course, congratulations on your victory here tonight. We look forward to seeing what the rest of season 3 holds in store for you.
I appreciate it, brother. Me and I'm gonna go talk to the team owner about popping some champagne and sending some diecast my way. You know.
Mark, everybody knows I'm the team owner. All right, man. Well, we hope you have the good rest of your night.
You as well, brother. Hey, and it's go ahead and celebrate that back to back for you. The back to back sweep so far. It's good. It's I truly do hope that it excites your insides for having two of your cars going winning back to back.
Oh, it's good. I feel like Tyler Reddick right now. We just got one more to get.
Yeah, right. It's Jeffrey and Aaron's turn.
Oh, good luck with that. I'm gonna get killed for that. I'm gonna get killed for that on Wednesday. Yeah.
You said it, not me.
It'll be all right. I got the pockets good enough to pay it off.
There you go.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna let you go. Get back to work. We hope you have a good one.
You as well, brother. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Your race winner, Mark Morton, trying to kill me, man. Trying to get me killed out here. It is what it is. Look, solid team. Got to break the curtain, man. As a team owner, it's always a good feeling to see your guys do, phenomenal back-to-back weeks. Of course, like you said, wasn't really his race to possibly win. Shouldn't have been a win for him, but look, we'll take it. Got to get wins wherever you can. Now, two of Steel City Racing's, my own teams, cars are locked into the playoffs, looking towards the round of 16. It's going to be a tough one. Still a lot of talent within the field. Owen Lax, Mason, Rainey, Isaiah Fox, who made it a Final Four appearance last year, Lucas Lewis, who made a Final Four appearance as well. A lot of new names. Don't forget Fisher, still, pushing into the playoffs as well. Hard last year, is looking to make another return this year. And we got, a lot of new names. Mark Randall, Joseph Davis, who we've seen get a top 3 in his first race here. Brandon Burkhart, who unfortunately was kind of screwed out early with some pedal problems. Road Truck, who was 28 laps down with that first caution. Vergara, who still has a lot to go to put himself in a really good position to pass. I would believe the round of 8. Feel like he still has the opportunity to do it, but it's just how long will it take for them to do it? That's going to be the biggest question this season. Will we see a lot of return playoff contenders, or will we see a lot of new names kind of come about? Some, are now on different teams with different cars, different drivers. So it's going to be a very challenging season. Of course, good to have Morton win here early on. He had a very dominant season last year driving for David Callahan Racing. He was kind of without a car, ended up picking him up, and Mark's just a phenomenal guy on and off the track. So I'm happy as a team owner that Morton finally got that first victory of the season out. He can kind of go about the rest of his season the way he needs to, and now we have two different winners from the same team back to back. Now looking for that third week at Vegas, but there's going to be a lot to have to worry about between then, due to the simple fact that a lot of people got screwed out of a race today. Of course, multiple people had been in that first lap caution and have been practically down and out early on. So now they're going to be coming back for blood pretty early when it comes down to next week. I feel like that's something that a lot of people are expecting now, as we have finally hit that point with everything going on. We're going to have to worry about who's going to be there and who is kind of going to be down and out for a little bit. How will it all happen, and who will be able to take the championship for season 2? Of course, Mark Morton with the win here tonight. Hollinsworth in second place. See Tristan give him a little bit of a bump there in celebrations. Joseph David takes third. Isaiah Fox in 4th. Corey Rainey just outside in the top 5. Boris in 6th. Carroll in 7th. Mason and Lax 8th and 9th after that wreck with each other. The 08 of Charlie Bennett finishing in the top 10. Of course, as always, it has been an amazing race. One to put in the history books, as a team has now officially went back-to-back. Not the first time, but a good feat to have early on, showing dominance from one of the 3 powerhouses that have already been named this season. Now the rest of the teams looking forward to having a little bit heftier competition and having to come back and fight for it a little bit harder. Of course, on behalf of NARAS and the Asphalt Racing Network, we appreciate everybody tuning in here for another week of insane action-packed racing. Be sure to check us out on Twitch. Top left-hand corner of your screen is the handle for American Stock Car Racing League on Monday. Right time, ARCA on Wednesday, the Truck Series on Thursday, and of course right back here on Friday for the NARAS Truck Series, followed by the Cup Series Gen 6, dual streamed on Saturday. We appreciate everybody who has stuck around to watch this, whether it's live or a video replay. And of course, we wouldn't do any of this without you guys. So we appreciate it. And hopefully we will catch you in one of the 3 days mentioned, or 3 leagues mentioned. If not, we will catch you back here next time.